Come on, put your hands together.
Woo! Woo! Welcome back to the first episode of Convos with Your Mom's Favorites of 2023.
Yeah.
With hosts Mo and Greg. I am Mo.
And I am Greg.
And we are back. We are back with more thoughts and opinions for who?
For the people.
The people. Uncle G, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I am doing well.
Good.
Good.
How was your holidays?
I'm good, man. It was great. I just,
Yeah, I know.
We were just talking
about that.
about getting one of the greatest gifts,
Yeah, I hear you.
Of the year.
Man,
Like I felt like a kid again.
I know.
I felt just like a kid again.
That would have made me feel like a kid too.
And you know what? I'm just saying, I got a PS5 for Christmas, y'all. Like,
wow.
What? So I got to feel like a kid again.
Yeah. Your Christmas was good.
Yeah, it was real good.
Your Christmas
It was real good. Like, honestly, because like the most adult thing I got for Christmas was I got a tool set, right? Mm-hmm. And I actually asked for it because
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes when like stuff needs to get fixed,
Yep.
I go and I ask my dad for his tools, but I'm like, I kind of want one for my own, and he kind of told me that he had like a proud dad moment, like because he was able to give me like my first actual tool set.
You got it from your father?
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool.
We had that whole like father son moment. He was able to give me a tool set.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that was the most adult gift, but. Other than that, I got the PS5, got Funko Pops. Like, I was 5 for Christmas this year. But I'm not mad at it at all.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Especially the PS5.
Right, especially the PS5. How was yours?
Good. It was quiet, man, but we had a good time. Yeah. We had a good time. Kids had a good time, so that's all. That was
that's honestly, at this point.
At this stage of the game.
It's about the kids.
Yeah.
It's about the kids.
As long as the kids is happy and they had a good time, I'm good.
Yeah, and ours wasn't really quiet because the kids.
Oh yeah, y'all got small.
Yeah, we got little kids,
like small kids.
But nah, it was a good day.
Good.
I spent most of it at my Lee's house, and then we went to church in the morning, and then we went to Lee's house, and then we continued our yearly tradition of coming home from Lee's house, ordering Chinese food, and watching a movie.
Yep.
So
that's become our tradition also.
Yeah.
We got up in the morning and I do brunch, like breakfast brunch for everybody, and everybody comes over to the house. I make a big country breakfast. And after that, we kind of just relax until that evening, and then if we do anything else, we just usually order in Chinese food. And we'll sit there watching movies.
And watching movies, because, who wants to, after cooking for Thanksgiving.
Who
really wants to,
a lot of cooking.
All that cooking. And most people have, like, you make the big breakfast for Christmas.
Exactly.
So you don't want to cook, like, you're not hungry.
You're not hungry.
And you don't want to cook again.
Nah, not at all. By the time you finish cleaning up the kitchen and stuff after that big breakfast.
Wrapping paper,
nobody feel like
cooking.
Nobody feel like doing that again on the same day.
On the same? No.
Nah.
So yeah, we ordered some Chinese food. And what did we watch? We watched Amsterdam.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Yeah,
I've seen like bits and pieces of it.
I enjoyed it.
It looked good.
Like I enjoyed it a lot more than the critics did.
Really?
Yeah, critics said this movie was like really bad.
I wanted to watch it because for me, and I've said this before. For me, it's sometimes what'll attract me to the movie is the cast,
right.
and they had a good cast.
Yeah, this was they had
the
cast.
The cast. Yeah, they had like
who wasn't in this movie.
Yeah,
like
exactly. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it, but I have not sat and watched it. Matter of fact, what we were talking about, what I watched last night. I almost watched that last. That was another one.
Yeah.
But it was a little long. That was a little late. And I was like, nah. So let me watch something short, and then I'm going to bed. Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have any, I won't say resolutions, goals for 2023?
You know what? And it's interesting you said that because, again, I don't make, it's not that I don't make resolutions. But if I'm going to make one, I try to make one that I think that I can keep.
Right.
I remember, I made one a couple of years ago to go to the gym and to work out. This was before COVID. And I did that. I did that, and I enjoyed it, and I stuck with it, so so if it's I usually try and pick something realistic.
Okay.
And so my goal this year, and I told even some of the people at the church I said you know what? I said every year we make goals. We make goals to do this, to do that, to do this, go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do this. And some goals are realistic. Some aren't. I said, but we never really sit and we never take care of our spiritual or our emotional side.
Okay.
Or our our human side.
Yeah.
We take care of not maybe not human side, but our spiritual side. Spirituality. Okay. And so I said, you know what? This year, how about we just make the declaration that this year I am going to be a better person. I'm going to make changes in my life to be a better person. I'm going to change how I treat people. I'm going to change how I allow people to treat me. I'm going to change all of that. But all of it with the goal of making me better.
Right.
Not better than everybody else, but just better than I was. Just better than I was. I was like, yeah, we don't concentrate. We concentrate on our physicality and maybe even in some cases our health, but we don't often talk about that part of our spirituality. And so I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on being a better person.
Okay.
I mean, really, really, really being a better person, not just. And here's the thing, and maybe part of the problem is this: it's not saying that you're a bad person,
right?
But
you can always improve.
Exactly. Just like you can always improve other aspects of who you are. Yeah, you can improve. Yeah, you can be better. You can be better, and so that's what I said I was going to work on this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been kind of like encouraging other people to say, well, you know what, because you have that other group that says, well, I don't make resolutions because I don't keep them. I said, well, then make something that you can keep, and don't make something so that you can work on a little bit every day.
Yeah, because I think that's most of the problem. Like we make like these giant leaps and aspirations, and I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that. It's like, all right, I'm gonna lose. If you think or believe that you're overweight and you just want to lose weight, you get up and you say, well, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. And again, sounds excellent. Makes perfect sense. But you're expecting to do that in a week.
Right. No, maybe adjust it and say, I plan to leave the year lighter than I entered it.
There you go. That's
it's a more achievable,
realistic goal. And I'm going to do things, and I'm going to do things to make sure that in other words, I'm going to even, matter of fact, keep a journal or just keep a journal. So this is what I weighed at the beginning of 2023, and not even set a goal. And this is what I weighed at the end of 2023. Yeah. And whatever I lost in the process, I'm still lighter than I was when I started.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's
dope.
Yeah. So again, So I'm just saying, because that's usually the first place people talk. I'm going to do a weight gain loss, and even when I was in the gym, and then we're going to go on. When I was before COVID and they shut stuff down, and I was going to the gym every year at the beginning of the year, me and the guys who we kind of like struck up a friendship, and we would all be there at the same time. Every year, come January, you would see this big influx of people.
Of course.
You would see this big people that went and bought gym memberships, came in, and for maybe the first month or two, they're really in there hard. They're really in there hitting it and then doing what they need to do. But by June, most of them gone.
Absolutely, because you miss one day and then you're like,
there you go.
I'll catch it. And then one day turns into 5 days, and then it turns into 20 days, and then it turns into you never go again.
Exactly.
But the gym memberships, that's why, like, the beginning of the year for them is like their Black Friday.
Yeah.
Because that's when they all like, hey, you can join the gym for $1. And then it's this price after that. Because they know.
Because they already know that there's going to be a
large amount of people
influx.
Are going to, let's do it.
Yeah. So
let's just go right to the gym and join. And
and it's and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
Not at all.
Not a bad idea, but go in with realistic goals.
Realistic goals. Yeah. Mine is just to go see more movies in the theaters. Mm-hmm. Like, because what I've been doing is I watch a lot of movies, but I usually wait to like stream them.
Yep. Yeah.
But I gotta just get back out there and just start going to the movies again.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Because there's already a couple that I really would like to see on the big screen. I just have not had. I'm not gonna say I have not had the time. I just have not made the time to do it. You know, because again, in my head, I'm always ready. I'm always thinking, well, you know what? I'll be able to stream it in a couple of weeks. You know, so I can watch it from home.
Yeah, but in an effort to do this better, I'm going to try to see more movies in theaters instead of waiting for them to hit some streaming service.
Yeah.
But before we started recording, we were talking about Kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
It's a new show starring Giancarlo Esposito and Jai Courtney. He's in it. I don't really know anybody else who was in it. And
those are the only two I really knew.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Those are the only two I knew.
Everybody else, I was just kind of. No, I knew the.
I've seen them, but I really don't.
I don't really, know them. And the guy, his ex-partner, or do you know that yet? Was that a spoiler? I hope not, because I don't remember what the first episode was because I didn't watch that episode first. So I don't remember. I don't know what you know and what you don't know. Yeah. But the concept was kind of cool. And that's what drew me to it because it's about a heist. It's about a heist of money, and it's they break it down into I think it's like 24 years before the heist, and then it's a couple months before the heist, and then the night before the heist, and then it's the heist. The morning after the heist, and then 6 months after the heist. There's a couple episodes I'm missing, like in between. But the dope part is you can watch, like I said, you can watch it in any order and walk out with a complete story. Because believe it or not, I don't remember which episode I started with, but I ended up watching the heist was my very last episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somehow, like whatever order I watched it in, the heist itself ended up being the last episode.
Because, like I said before, traditionally you're watching stuff in order, in the order that is listed. Again, and that's what I have been doing. I didn't try. I was like,
no, believe it or not, if you just hit play, it's not in order.
Oh my God, you're right. You are absolutely right.
It's not in order. Like, it's not in chronological order.
You are absolutely
even in that,
dude. I thought I was losing my mind.
No, it's not in chronological order. Even in that,
I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, because they each episode is a color.
Yes,
and I was like, wait a minute, didn't I just watch that color? It's like all right. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, no, I didn't just watch this. But somehow it was like I did just watch it.
Yeah.
I thought, dude, okay. Now, all right. I got it now.
Yeah.
Because
what happens is, right?
It's a good experience.
It is a good experience.
It's a good experience.
Because what happens is the episodes, though they have like different orders, like they didn't put it out in chronological order, and though you can watch it in any order you want, depending on where you are in the world, Netflix has given you a different order.
Oh God. Okay. See? Yeah. All right. Okay.
And that's what I got because I started watching. I saw it was like the intro. And then it's the episode starting with the color.
Yes.
I didn't watch the intro first. I think I watched like Pink first. Then I went back and watched the intro, and the intro was the one that explained that depending on where you were in the world determines the order of the episodes that you got on the list.
Okay.
But then you could still just pick and choose where you're going to go.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a
Man.
different, like, I enjoy.
I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, oh, I just saw that one, and it was like, and I didn't. I was like, and I didn't go back. I was, I'm thinking like I didn't know what was going on at this point, and that was when I said, you know what? And I figured, let me, because you had already watched it.
Yes.
I said, let me just turn this off until I talked to you. I was like, because it was just like not making. It was like I was like, what? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay.
But I thought it was interesting because you get enough information to tell an episode. Sometimes it's even a spoiler because like one of the I think the second episode I watched was the morning after the heist. So you already know who makes it out, who doesn't, like how things end for everyone.
Okay.
But then you go back and then you actually see the heist and you see what's going on and like how they got to where you are at the end.
See, and now you're kind of like piqued my curiosity, and I'm interested because now I want to go back, and not only do I want to watch it, but I want to find out why did they film it like this. You know, when I see something, when they do stuff like that, I like to know kind of like, why did y'all film it like that? Well, you know, was it just to make it more interactive or more interesting, or to draw the person who's watching it in and treat them to maybe a new way of watching. You know, is this going to be something new that we can kind of like look forward to and other things?
Yeah.
You know, that makes me a little bit interested.
Well, I think Netflix has always been good with like stories like that and like finding new and intriguing ways to tell different stories. Because if you watch this, if they just put Kaleidoscope out and interesting now, I see why they call it Kaleidoscope. Yeah. Because when you look in a kaleidoscope, exactly. It's like all over the place.
Exactly.
But when you watch the show, like had you just watched it and they just released it, it would have just been another heist show.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's like, okay, what makes this heist show different from any other heist show that I've seen? And what makes it different is with this heist show, I could watch I could start off with the heist first and then watch everything else after that.
Wow. And still have a full story.
And still have a full story because no episode leads into another episode.
Wow. Okay. Now, all right.
Each episode can, honestly, it could stand on its own.
Okay. Now I got it. So now I'm excited again. I'll be watching that again. I'll be starting that again.
Yeah. Kaleidoscope is good. And if there were downsides to Kaleidoscope for me, I still don't feel like everything was answered that I needed answered, but I do not know if this is just a one and done or if they plan to come back and do more.
Do another season.
Which honestly leads into our topic.
Yeah.
Because it was a new way of television. I haven't seen something this intriguing since Netflix dropped Bandersnatch, which was also
awesome.
And that was also just an incredible
an experience. It wasn't just watching television.
No.
It wasn't just watching a movie. It was an experience.
It was an interactive experience because you chose, if you haven't already, please do yourself a favor and go watch Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
And it's kind of like, you know, and it's kind of old at this point.
Yes,
but nonetheless,
if you haven't watched it, go do it.
Go do it,
because the fact that you decide, what happens in the story and how the story goes, incredible. And they're coming back.
Yeah.
Black Mirror is coming back.
Are they coming within the season?
And I cannot.
Me neither. I
wait. We haven't gotten one since 2020, and I understand it because 2020 was a year.
Yeah.
The creators of Black Mirror said they took a break because they said 2020 is rough enough as it is.
Yeah.
Like, because if we're being honest, 2020 was a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
2020 was a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
So I appreciated the break from the madness and the craziness that is Black Mirror.
And we need to kind of like move on from 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people are
Yes.
still stuck there. You know, we need to kind of
You kind of got to start to,
yeah, we got to move on from that.
start to build. Also, I was looking forward to, and then we're gonna literally get into the topic. But I was looking forward to, and at the end of 2020, Netflix came out with a documentary. It's called Death to 2020. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh, it was incredible.
Really?
It's a satire documentary on. It's literally the events of replaying the events of the year, but with like, but it's funny. Like it's a funny satire of the year, of everything that happened, of people, how people responded, and they had like huge celebrities. Like Hugh Grant was in it, and he plays like this. He plays like this psychologist. And he's just like breaking down people's behaviors. And he was like, and one of the moments was like, I don't know what's going on, but the people were expecting us to wear masks. And how exactly am I supposed to breathe if I have to wear a mask? And it was just like funny moments like that. They did Death to 2020, and then last year in 2021, they did Death to 2021. They didn't do one this year. So I guess they're done. But Death to 2020 was just it was dope. It was a lighthearted way to end one of the heaviest years in human history.
In human history. And yeah.
So, and I guess part of the reason they didn't do it this year was because it was again a new concept, an original idea, but going forward, like it's gonna get stale after a while. And so with new concepts, segueing right into it.
Yeah.
With new concepts, how do you move forward? Because with Kaleidoscope, it was cool like this one time.
Yeah.
Now, should this not be the end, how many seasons are you going to do like this?
Exactly.
Like, how long you think you can keep this going?
Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna go back a little bit further. Because you talked about Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Notice Black Mirror has not ever tried to duplicate that.
No.
Sometimes we need to learn how to let stuff
Just
let it go.
let it go.
And here's the thing. And if you do anything, improve upon it if you can. Improve upon it, of course, if you can.
Yeah.
But other than that, let it go. Let that stand alone. Let that be a standalone thing. All right. You gave us Kaleidoscope and you gave us a new interactive movie, television watching experience. But now, all right, give us something different. Don't give us more of that, because obviously there's other stuff to be explored. So give us, again, and we've talked about this before, because here it is. You are competing against about 20, 30 other streaming experiences. So if you're going to do original programming, hey, how about we make sure it's original?
It's original. And keep it original.
And keep it original.
Yeah.
And keep it original.
Because it's like I said, there are millions and millions and millions of heist shows out.
Yes.
But this one was different.
This one, because again, I'm not when you first mentioned it to me, I am not traditionally a fan of heist shows.
Right.
Not a big fan of them, because to me, they've been kind of done to death with the whole oceans thing.
Absolutely.
And so I'm not a big fan of heist shows, and it always takes me back even to the episode of Rick and Morty, where they kind of like dealt with that, because again, they were going to a convention that was built around a heist.
Right.
Which is one of my favorite episodes, and they were making they were making a satire or a joke about the whole heist movie thing, and it was and you'll sit there laughing at it. You're like, but yeah, that's what they all basically were. Pretty much just like
the same thing.
Yeah, and so to have them take that whole concept and shifted and turn it upside down on its head in Kaleidoscope, again, kudos, man, kudos.
Which is exactly like what's that one with that not Zack Snyder, Michael Bay did with Batista, where they had to go. It's the movie about the zombies. They had to rob the bank.
Okay, got you. Something Vegas, something to do with Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
Well, no, the first movie wasn't about. It had zombies, but the second heist movie, that was different. But it's like, bro, how many times can you do a heist movie and just we get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
We get it. It's like,
there is a bank. It's supposed to be impenetrable. But guess what? I know how to get in
here.
So you got to get a crew of people together. And it's usually a uncoordinated, the ragtag group of people who don't really get along, but they're the best at what they do. And you got to get them to work together to break into the vault, and everybody has a role to play. And either there's going to be someone who's going to double cross the group.
Dude, let me tell you something. Have you ever seen that episode of Rick and Morty?
No, I haven't.
If you don't watch it, if you're not even a fan of the show, that one episode, just that one episode, man, it was like the way you just described it.
Yeah.
It's exactly. And they had there was a whole convention built around that.
Because that's what every movie is.
Yeah.
And it's either, and then there's either, once you get through the movie, right, the heist happens. And either the heist goes out without a hitch, and then the double cross happens, or you think they didn't get away with it, but then they end up getting away with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, it's been done before. Like, there's Oceans 11, 12, 13. There's Oceans 8. There is that movie on Netflix with Batista and that movie. Like, there's many.
The heist movie with zombies.
Heist movie with zombies. Like, there's a plethora of movies.
Yeah.
But Kaleidoscope was different because you could watch it in any order. You didn't have to sit and watch it unfold.
It's like a retelling. Okay, because you could on one hand you're sitting listening to us and you could say, well, isn't that the same theory or the same setup? It is, but it isn't.
It is, but it isn't.
But it isn't. It's they found a way to retell a story that's already been told.
Right.
A new way.
Because
again,
the difference, what makes it different is the fact that in watching it in any order, it makes sense. The whole thing still makes sense. Like, you can start watching the heist, and that episode makes sense. You don't leave wanting anything. You don't leave feeling you missed anything.
You could literally just stop.
You could literally, you could watch the heist episode and be done. Okay. And just take it as a short story. Like, that's what made it different than, and even with like other shows, because I say it all the time. There's like Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, but there's also Grey's Anatomy. There is 911. There's 911 Lone Star. There is so many even shows like that where, like, bro, how many doctor shows have there been?
Yeah.
There's like how many doctor shows are there? How many like Law and Order? SVU, Criminal Intent, like there's CSI Miami, CSI New York, CSI Las Vegas. Like, bro, once you get one, there's no need to franchise it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not always a need to franchise
it. Exactly. We have made some colossal messes because we have franchised stuff that should have never been franchised.
And it's like they just keep coming out with more. Why? Because there's going to be an audience of people who are going to watch it.
Yeah. I don't know who, but I guess because now you talk about franchises. The one that comes to mind, Leprechaun.
Yes.
Why is Leprechaun a franchise?
I have no idea.
I don't get it. I watched the first one, and the first one was, I won't even say it was scary. It was just goofy. I watched the first one, but then there was Leprechaun 2. And then there was the one that finally did it for me was Leprechaun in the Hood. I was like, what? I was like, what is this?
Honestly, I quite enjoyed that one.
I know, I did. I can't. I know. I'm sorry. I can't
lie. I quite enjoyed that one.
I kind of enjoyed that one because it made me laugh, but because there was so much stupid stuff going on in the movie.
Absolutely.
So it is. I'll be honest with you. It is kind of a guilty pleasure because I especially sometimes I will turn it on and fast forward all the way to the end just to hear him rap. Lep in the Hood ain't up to no good. And that kept playing in my. I'm like, this is one of those things that just got in my head and just kept playing over and over again. I was like, he's rapping. It was like the Leprechaun is rapping. I was cracking up. I was like, oh, I shouldn't even be telling people that I watched this because
it's out there now. But,
yeah, no. You know, sorry,
but not sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
but because he went to space. Like there was Leprechaun in space.
I was like, I didn't watch that one because it was like I didn't even want to try to entertain an idea why he would be in space.
Because he tried to replicate Jason X. Now. This is also another guilty pleasure of mine. Because I love Jason X.
Really?
Yes.
That was the one in space?
Yes, he was in space.
Oh.
It was so great. But there are 2 scenes why I love that movie. One, because I honestly loved the rebrand. When he got like that metal mask.
Okay.
I really liked the way he looked.
Okay.
Once he got once he did all that. But when they were trying to, he killed the lady who was like, they had him frozen on the table and the lady doctor's like in their office and she's like sitting right next to him and he gets up and he grabs her by the back of her head and there's like this like cryo freeze chamber nearby. Yeah. Like when he put her head in, froze it, and then smashed it on the table, I was hysterical.
See, and what's really funny is that you find yourself liking scenes in that movie, but in and of itself, but when you sit back and you watch the whole movie and take it all in and of itself, you're sitting there like, do they really need to make this movie?
No, they didn't.
But I was entertained. By certain parts.
Yes, because again, they're trying to get away from him. And so there's like a holodeck. Because, it's in space. Everybody's got to have a holodeck.
Of course.
So they have these 2, they create the hologram. He's at like a campsite. And that like slows him down a little bit. And then there's like these girls in bikinis. And they're like, oh my God, you want to play?
I remember that scene.
Yeah, and then he takes one.
I remember that scene.
And he takes them, puts them in sleeping bags, and then he starts beating the one girl with the other girl in the sleeping bag.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Greg, I laughed for like 20 minutes when he started beating that girl with the other girl.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I remember that scene. I was like,
now this is comedy. Now it shouldn't be because it's a horror movie.
Because it's supposed to be a horror movie.
I should be scared.
Yeah.
But that is funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But again, why is Jason in space?
Yeah. That was
why are they up to like 13 Friday the 13th?
Exactly.
Why are we about to do another Saw movie?
Yeah.
It's the first one was original.
Yes.
After a while,
and that's the only, and that's the only one. I with the Saw franchise, I stopped at the first one. I couldn't watch any more after that
because after a while, it's just torture porn.
Yeah,
like we said in the previous episode, it's not a horror movie. It's just torture porn.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't watch this. This is horrible. This is so hard. It was just too hard to watch.
Yes,
and so I couldn't watch it. Nah.
But it's like, bro, like just. What are we doing here, man?
Yeah, it's like it's like we're not making movies, especially in the case of for when you get a franchise that goes that deep and has been going that long. After a while, because of the fact that you have not improved on the formula of the movie, you just start. You know what? Let's just throw it up against the wall and see what sticks. And And because you realize that, like you said, somebody out there
Somebody's gonna watch it.
is going to watch it.
Exactly why there's like 9 Sharknadoes.
And why was there one Sharknado?
Why was there one Sharknado? No. Okay.
See.
Okay. Right.
I can't.
As a concept, I would have watched the first one.
Did you watch the first one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, see,
I haven't seen a single Sharknado.
No, me neither.
But the concept, it was intriguing.
Really?
I was kind of like, Sharknado? Tell me more.
I was like,
honestly, it's the same thing with Cocaine Bear. I heard the name Cocaine Bear.
And you said they had you.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. Tell me more. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, give me more.
Yeah. Nah.
Give me more. Here, take my money. Take my money.
Unfortunately, yeah, I have to agree with you on cocaine. But I told you how I felt when I first heard about Cocaine Bear. I was like, this cannot be real. This cannot be real. This can't be real.
It's
nope.
real.
No.
It's real.
And then you told me that there was a trailer, and I went home and I looked at the trailer. I was like, oh my God, this is real.
This is real.
I said, people are going to go to the theater and see this?
I sure am. I sure am.
And then I thought about it. I was like, well, if I catch it on a matinee, maybe, yeah. I said, yeah.
Yeah. I'd go see this. Yeah. I definitely plan to go see Cocaine Bear in theaters.
And as we were preparing for this, I was going to say, as we was preparing for today, I went online and I looked at the list. I looked up, I look at different lists, and I looked up a list of sequels, movie sequels that probably should not have been made, and we've already talked about a couple of them. And but they were talking, but this one list I looked at, they was talking about good movies with sequels that should have never been made, like. And you said one of the ones that was on the list was Blues Brothers.
Yes,
Blues Brothers, great movie. Got good reviews. Well, and ends up going on the list as being a classic. But then they made Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah,
I was like, well, I didn't understand why, and I didn't see the movie. And it was like, this was like, even in the list they were like, well, why we can't understand why this movie was made. It was why it was greenlit. Why and why?
Because there's like, I think there's because of the movies that work, right?
Yeah.
The movies that work and where it's done successfully, they're like, hey, well, what about this one? And they want to try this one. It's honestly, it's my problem with Bel Air.
Okay.
Because The Fresh Prince of Bel Air was great sitcom. One of the classic iconic sitcom. So I've said it here, when they first heard about Bel Air, I wasn't really intrigued.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, a Bel Air as a drama? I don't really think that should be. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, this trailer looks really good. And then watching the show was spectacular. But now, like we said in the previous episode, it opens the door to someone to say, hey, let's try Family Matters. Now, don't get me, like, one, you shouldn't try Family Matters because Family Matters, I don't believe, was a sitcom. I think that was a drama with funny moments included.
Really?
There was more serious moments, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, maybe I need to go back and watch Family Matters because it's been a long time. But for me, Family Matters had more intense, serious moments than they did lighthearted ones.
I think in the beginning, that was the intention. But at some point, it just, because of the fact that Steve Urkel became such a big part, and they wanted, and the silliness he brought to the they began to make it all based around based around him, and so the show took a shift and just became more. You can pretty much say more sitcom-y.
Yeah. Because actually, I did hear that like he wasn't supposed to. Initially, Steve Urkel was not supposed to have the major role he ended up with, but because fans loved him so much, then what the television stations will do. Yes, when they love it, they will shove it.
They will shove
down
it
your
throat.
They will shove it
It got to
Down
the
your
point she
throat.
just got tired of seeing him and hearing him. And yeah.
You know, but and then even with that, there's like sometimes where where it kind of, I'm glad where a crowd favorite got to stay.
Who?
Because again, like Jesse Pinkman was supposed to die in the first episode of Breaking Bad.
Yep.
But he did so well, and the director loved him so much, he ended up being a mainstay on the show.
Yeah. The character was so well written.
Yeah. Aaron Paul
and it's well acted. Yeah.
Did such a great acting job that the director was like, yeah, we're going to keep this guy around.
Yeah.
But even like that, like Breaking Bad, it worked well with the spinoff because
Good idea.
it worked well with the spinoff because Better Call Saul was a great way to keep the story going.
Yeah.
Without having to like reinvent the wheel, so to speak.
And it told a story, you know. Better Call Saul was good because again, it was not really a, what are they calling it? Did they call that a sequel, prequel, whatever? What did they really call that?
I think they just ended up calling it a spinoff.
A spinoff.
Yeah, it just ended up being a spinoff.
But it told the story. It told Saul's story.
Yes.
And it focused more on Saul's story.
Yes.
Which to me was great because it was a good story.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the writers of Breaking Bad that were involved, you know, they told a really, really good story. Yeah.
Yeah, but like when it comes to movies, like you get the chance to certain times where you come up with a new original story and you do a sequel, it works out better. Because, like, in my personal opinion, Terminator 2 was a whole lot better than the first Terminator.
Definitely.
Like,
definitely.
Sister Act 2 was, to me, better than Sister Act.
Yes. Yeah.
And, like, you have those moments now with Terminator. Once they stopped Terminator, they should have stopped it, too.
They should have stopped. See, that's where, and again, that's where it becomes a little sticky because, again, know when to stop. Know when to stop.
You gotta know when to hold them.
Know when to
know when to fold them.
You in my head, man.
Know when to walk away.
Know when to
run.
Know when
to run.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, bro, they should have just. Now, don't get me wrong. 3 is watchable.
Mm-hmm. And I know I saw 3, but again, I don't even remember.
3 was dope for me because in the first one, the Terminator comes back to kill Sarah Connor and stop her from giving birth to John. Cool. And then they stop that. And the second one, they send the Terminator back to kill John, and then they send Arnie back to stop them. And T3, they send the Terminator back to kill. I don't remember if she went after John, but she went after all of his generals.
Okay, all right. That was the one with the female Terminator.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they get him to the bunker, and the Terminator's like, I got to get you to this bunker because that's how we stop Skynet. Mm-hmm. Only for them to get to the bunker and for him to find out that he was never meant to stop Judgment Day, but he was supposed to go there to survive it. And I was like, well, that is just a great piece added to the story. Like, now, so
again, I like I said, I didn't really remember it until you start. Yeah. So now as you're recounting it, it's coming back to my memory.
Like my dad was watching Dark Fate the other day. That's the last one that just came, like the latest one.
Okay, see,
again with Jai Courtney and Emilia Clarke was in it, and that's when the lady who plays the Sarah Connor came back.
Okay,
she was in that one.
Okay,
you said you haven't seen it?
No,
don't do
it. Thank you. All right,
skip it.
All right, thank you.
Because I'm gonna tell you, like Arnie's a Terminator, and in this timeline, he successfully kills John Connor.
Wow. Okay.
But then, because he successfully killed John Connor, there was a ripple in time. And so John Connor's not the savior of the world anymore. It's a woman. Mm-hmm. So then there is another Terminator who's coming to kill the woman. Now, that part was cool because it was like a skeleton but then like the skin, it was like they mixed the first Terminator with the T2 because there was like a liquid form on top of a metal body.
Okay.
But the liquid form could like move on its own, and the metal body could move on its own.
Oh, so it was like two Terminators
Yeah,
in
it
one.
was like two Terminators in one.
Okay.
So, but Arnold Schwarzenegger showed up. Oh no, I'm confusing two movies.
See?
That's Dark Fate and Genesis. But both of them are bad. But in Dark Fate, they meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Terminator that killed John Connor didn't die. It's still living on the earth. And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's like an older person. But he's got like a wife and kid. And I said, wait, excuse me? You've got a wife and kid, and you're a robot. He didn't give, there was no intercourse to, like the lady had the kid already.
Oh, okay.
He just raised the kid.
Okay. All right.
But the fact that he raised the kid,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, clearly we're just grasping at straws and had no idea what to do. And
See?
I was just trying to bring Sarah Connor back into it. And y'all shouldn't. Y'all should have just left it alone. Y'all should have stopped.
First, like I said, if the first one does well, and you can do a sequel, again, we're not saying that you shouldn't do a sequel, but make sure that the story is good.
Make sure the story's good.
Make sure the story is good. And a lot of times we get sequels and stuff, and the stories are not good. But yet they end up becoming franchises. Why did Jaws become a franchise? Why?
Somebody explain it. When you killed the first shark,
killed the first shark.
I could get it if the shark like survived.
I read a review of the second one. So this is going back some time of Jaws 2, and then then Jaws 3. I think it was the Jaws: The Revenge, and one of the reviewers said, "Wait a minute, it's like."
Wait, wasn't that Jaws 3D?
Something like that. I think so. I think I see.
I remember seeing Jaws 3D.
Yeah, I saw it. I did see that one too, and I'm sitting there wondering, and one reviewer said it for me. He said that this one family just seems to be attracting sharks
wherever they go.
It's like he said the next movie should be Jaws: The Apology.
For real, because like, why are these same people dealing with shark? Fam, if you have move. Dude. Why are you at the beach so much? If I survive the first Jaws, guess where I'm never setting foot on again?
Never
setting foot on the beach.
Never going to the beach.
Never going anywhere near the ocean.
Never.
Put me in the desert.
Nah. If I got to get in the water, it's a swimming pool.
It's in a swimming pool. And even then I'm scared because even me as a young child had the irrational fear of being in a swimming pool
and something would be in there.
And a shark coming out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from, but I would be in the pool and I'm like, yo, what if I turn around and it's a shark
behind
right
you?
there?
Yeah.
But I never thought, where would the shark come from?
I don't know.
How did the shark get in the pool without you knowing?
I have no idea. But
why would they let you stay in the pool that a shark is in?
Or if there was a potential for something like that happening, why would
they let you in the pool?
In the pool?
If there's a potential for spontaneous shark.
Or why is there a sign up? Beware of shark.
Beware of shark.
So at least you get to look.
Right. But, just move, leave. But not everybody can be, a successful franchise. Like, because even The Godfather, right? Mm-hmm. They should have just did one. But 2 was okay.
2 was okay.
3 should have happened.
3 shouldn't have happened.
3 shouldn't have happened.
3 should not have happened.
Though it did give me one of my favorite lines, which is just when I thought I was out.
Yeah,
they pull me back in.
That was Pacino at his dramatic best.
Yes.
That was Pacino milking that role, boy.
Absolutely.
It was
him at his best.
He was like, he was really milking that role.
Yes, but like other than that, like you know what that would have been like? Them doing another Scarface.
Yeah.
Them doing another Scarface, bro.
gosh.
Just the first one was good. It was an original idea. Not everybody needs a sequel. Not everybody can be Top Gun.
Yeah.
Because though I still have yet to watch Top Gun Maverick, even though it's on Paramount Plus, I heard that like that's it. It was in comparison to the first one.
Yes.
It was still really good.
Yes.
And I was like, cool. That's how.
That's
if you're
how,
gonna do a
if
sequel,
you're going to do a sequel, that's how it should be.
that's how it should be. For example, like A Christmas Story 2.
Take
Why?
take note.
Why?
Oh no, yeah, Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story 2. Remember?
Oh yeah, why?
It was A Christmas Story
I forgot
2.
about that
Why?
one. Yes.
And then A Christmas Story Christmas came out and was like, yeah, we just gonna act like 2
Didn't exist.
never happened, which was smart.
It was good. Which was really good.
Really good. Really good. Good on
Good,
that part.
'cause-
Because again, A Christmas Story Christmas was a fantastic movie.
And A Christmas Story 2 should not have happened.
Should not have happened.
Yeah.
But maybe then we wouldn't have got A Christmas Story Christmas if there was no Christmas
Yeah.
Story 2.
Maybe, I don't know.
But who knows? It's here now. But yeah, not everybody can be, original. Even like movies that like are based off books. If the book has the original idea,
Mm-hmm.
there's no need to, try to switch up, because I hear that a lot. People are like, it's nothing like the book.
Yeah. So I just heard somebody say that yesterday. I was talking to him. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I will never know.
We've had this conversation.
I will never know, but I'm like, why do that? Like, because if people obviously love the book for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't tell the story the exact way it is in the book, why bother?
Yeah.
Like, it's somebody's original thought and work. Like, why bother?
Well, but then we see that in the DC universe and in the Marvel universe all the time, where they take the story, they take the original story, and I don't think we've gotten. I think they do it. They've done it so often in the DCU and the MCU that we don't even expect the original
Oh
story.
yeah, because it's clearly obvious that they don't care about the comics when they make a movie.
they
say, hey, we like this character, and if they have an intriguing villain, we're gonna take that. And if there is a somewhat plausible storyline, we're gonna take that too. But if not, we just gonna take the character.
Yeah, and we're gonna take the character and we'll make our own
we're gonna do
story.
what we want.
We'll make our own story around it.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of which, first Marvel talk of the year. You saw that new trailer for Quantumania?
I haven't seen the latest one. No.
Yeah, it dropped last night.
No, then definitely
during the football game.
Nope. I definitely didn't. I definitely haven't seen it then.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited.
Yeah, really.
Like, yeah,
that's getting ready to initiate the next big storyline. So I've heard.
Yeah. So it feels good to be excited about a Marvel movie again.
Because
that's next month. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do I have my tickets for Quantumania? I don't think I got my tickets for Quantumania.
Even though I'm not excited about the character, the guy who plays Kang, I like him as an actor. I just don't think I'm going to like him in this role. But we'll see. He could change my mind. Yeah. The movie would depending on the movie itself. He could change my mind. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one because again, it's supposed to be the next big story arc in the MCU.
Yeah, I hope so. I need them to turn this around.
Yeah. And I know we will. Well, maybe we'll save that for the next one.
All right.
The problems with the DCU.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of stuff to unpack.
Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But so back to certain movies.
Yeah, should not have
and shows. Once you do it once.
Yeah, unless you're going to really, you know what, give it some time to marinate. Yes. Give it some time to stand on its own, and then if you're going to do it, make sure you really, really, really have done your homework, and and you don't end up just remaking the original.
Yes.
You know.
Speaking of shows that what I thought was one and done, but there's a second season coming this Friday. Are you ready? Your Honor?
Yes. I'm kind of, you know what? Your Honor, the first season was the first showing of Your Honor.
Yeah.
I won't even call it a season because that was a complete story. I still don't understand where they're gonna go with this one.
Oh, I saw the trailer.
I saw. Does it look intense?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But,
Okay.
Yeah,
see, but the only the only reason I'm watching it is because I'm such a big fan of Bryan Cranston, and I know if he's doing it, then there is then there is a reason for it.
What's the guy's name? The father of the boy who died in the first one. The mob
yes.
boss.
Yeah.
Let me get his name.
Oh gosh,
Let me get his name.
Was it Jimmy something?
If I could spell Your Honor.
But yeah, that's it because of the fact that Bryan Cranston,
Michael Stolberg.
That's the actor's name.
Yes.
I saw some scenes with him and his wife. Oh, and
He about to turn it up in season 2.
I was like, but yeah. I was like, oh, this looks like it might be pretty intense.
Yeah, he about to turn it up in season 2.
Yeah.
So that starts Friday, and I cannot wait. Also, what is with that?
What?
So many shows recently that I've been watching have been premiering on. This is on Stars, right?
No, that's on Showtime. Yes.
Oh, so now even more question. So many shows, like I watched a show called BMF. Where like the shows are starting on Fridays.
Yeah.
Instead of Sundays. But like the first episode airs on a Friday and not a Sunday. Like, because again, Your Honor starts Friday.
That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it because again, you would think that they would start on a Sunday where more people are prone to be home watching television.
Yeah. And when the rest of the shows are coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
So why are they starting on Friday?
Yeah. Or maybe they're doing it that way because maybe there'll be less competition. You know, I don't know. I know I will
honestly, and maybe this is just me, right? But if I got faith in my show, bring it on.
Yeah.
All the competition.
Yeah.
I want all the competition. Let me show you why you should be watching my show and not anybody else's.
There you go. Because again, here's the thing. Again, I would be watching that Sunday if whatever night they air it on. I know I'll be watching.
Yes,
I know I will be watching it, and even though I don't understand why they're doing a second season, I'm interested enough from the first season to make me want to watch
the second season.
I'm interested enough because there's some stuff that they'll do a season and then you find out they're doing a second season and you're just like, nah,
I'll pass.
I'm good. I was good for the first season. I mean, even though you may have enjoyed the first season, you're like, I'm all right. That's good. That was good.
I don't need any more. But like,
case in point, as much as I love the show, I don't understand, and I don't know if they're doing a new season. I don't understand why the show lasted as many seasons.
Hello.
I don't know why
Hello.
I don't understand that.
But no, this is the last season, and it's
they are doing a final season.
It's a final. They're copying Ozark.
Are they?
Yeah, it's going to be in 2 parts.
Okay.
It's going to be in 2 parts.
All right.
Yeah, but it is the last season, and I'm intrigued. Only because
I've watched the first 3 seasons. This is season 4. I've watched the first 3 seasons, so yeah, naturally I would be intrigued because I'm definitely wondering how are they going to end this.
Yeah, well, honestly, that's not intriguing to me. Because for me personally, I've only watched because I need everyone to go to jail. Like I said this, and I've said this multiple times, and I will keep saying this. There has not been a single solitary person on this show who I was rooting for.
No, me neither.
Everybody I've been rooting against.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like Joe was standing across. This was honestly peak white privilege. Bro was standing across the street from the woman's house masturbating in public, and no one saw him. No one saw him.
Nobody saw him. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, nobody sees that?
No one saw him. Her blinds were open and she didn't see Duke. Like, fam, the blinds are closed. And I look when I see a truck going down the street.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you just, certain time, like when people are staring, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Yeah.
Why has no one caught this man yet?
I that boggles my ever-loving mind. Man. It's like, why has this man not been caught?
Why has this man not been caught? But again, what intrigued me with this season is in the most recent trailer, you find out someone is stalking him.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Someone is stalking him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh,
really?
huh.
Yeah.
Someone's getting you.
Good.
Good for you. See how I feel.
That's what you get.
That's exactly what you get.
That's what you get. Good
for you. And I hope you go to jail. And I feel just like, what's the name? Mr. Garrison, you go to hell. You go to hell and you die. Like, bro, Goonie Google, why has this show been on so long?
Why has this been on?
You should have had 1, maybe 2 seasons.
Maybe two.
Maybe 2.
Maybe.
We should not be going into season 4.
No. And then going into it, it's going to be a two-parter. A two-parter to season 4.
Like, bro, there's not that much story to tell about this dude.
Nah. It's like, come on. You have him. It's like he is the mastermind of the century, man. It's like this guy is like.
And he's just the smartest man in the world full of dummies. Because, like, how has no one
figured him out?
Paid attention to anything?
Are we so jaded? Are we so jaded and so into ourselves that we just can't see what's going on around us? I don't get it.
Also, I got to take that back. There's only 2 people I was rooting for, and we didn't meet them until season 3. But that really nice gay couple who ended up with Joe's baby at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm rooting for them.
Okay.
To just succeed in life.
Oh, okay.
But everybody else.
It's like, come on. Y'all get what y'all asked for.
Right. I'm like, because, bro, that man been creepy from the beginning.
It's like he walked into the room and if you weren't aware of him, you would immediately feel like something don't feel right.
No.
Something don't feel right.
Like, fam, that's the dude that you watch at all the parties and be like, something ain't right about him. I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
I'm keeping my eye on him.
Because him right there, something not right about him.
Something ain't right. No, something wrong with him.
Yeah, something ain't right. So I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
Y'all keep your eye on him. And if you see me get my coat, don't ask no questions.
Just come.
Just come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Because, like, no, there is.
It's like, and if you saw him talking to your friend,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Come here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you.
They be like, hey, you come help me with this over here.
Yo,
what the heck are you doing?
What are you doing? Don't talk to him. Don't. No.
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 Yeah.
No.
Like, why?
No. You can't talk to him. It's like
now.
No. You can't talk to him. No. Well, he's not. Shut up. No. Yeah. And if I see you trying to leave with him, I'm calling the police.
And also, there are some who may agree with this. Supernatural could have went on forever.
Yeah. It could have.
It could have went on forever.
It could have.
I mean, honestly, it couldn't, because at the end of it all, they did end up, like, they killed everybody, but no, they didn't. Listen, Christians, okay? It's all right. He's not actually dead.
Yeah.
He's not actually dead, right? He's still very much
He's
alive.
he is still very much alive.
But they did end the show off with them killing God. Well, no, they didn't kill him.
No.
They made him human.
Yeah.
They made him human.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
listen,
it's TV, y'all.
yeah, it was TV.
It's TV.
It was TV, but it was really confusing TV.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fam, he is God.
Yeah.
How are you beating him?
How are you beating God?
How are you beating him?
It's like, come on.
Come on. Like, say it maybe. He was one of my favorite characters in that show. Lucifer.
Oh, Lucifer was hilarious.
He was one of my favorite. Him and Crawley.
Him and Crowley.
And Crowley were two of my favorite characters.
They got all the, to me, they got all the best lines.
All the best lines.
Them, well, and not just them, but Crowley's mother.
Yes, Rowena.
Yes. They got all the most. They got the lines that made me laugh.
Like,
just like,
I
wow.
knew the episode was going to be good when any of the three of them were in it.
When any of them were in it.
When any of them were in it,
I knew the episode was going to be funny.
we were going to have a good episode.
Yeah. I mean, it was going to be scary, but it was also going to be some stuff that they said that was going to make you like, wow, where are you coming up with this stuff from?
And I'm like,
one of my best lines was when Lucifer killed somebody, and he said, and he was talking to Sam Medina on the phone. He said, I beat his head open till the white meat showed. I was like, done. I beat his head open till the white meat showed. I was like, wow. Because I haven't heard that one in a long time.
and like, just with them, like, my favorite things were always, like, everybody else, right? You pushed with their power. Like, when they used their powers, there was like some physical force. Rowena, Crowley, and Lucifer, when they needed something done,
they snapped.
All they did was snap their fingers,
and it was done.
And whatever they needed to happen to you happened.
And then it was also Lilith.
Yes,
Lilith. It was like,
and it was just game over.
You're like,
game over. But yeah, man.
Speaking of which, we're talking about and going back to the topic, sequels. Speaking of which, or sequels, or have you watched The Winchesters?
No, I never cared about Sam and Dean's mother.
Exactly.
Like, I never cared about their parents.
Exactly.
Y'all didn't get cool until
Like, I wasn't. No, I haven't watched it either because again I'm like, out of all, and it's interesting, was really interesting to me because when they announced that Supernatural was getting ready to, I'm looking at all the characters that they've introduced, and they have been myriad amount of characters that they have introduced in the 15 seasons, right?
Yes.
In the 15 seasons that they've been on the air, they have been thousands of characters I'm looking at all the characters that they could, that in my head, before they went off the air, I'm thinking, well, they could have did a sequel, not a sequel, but they could have done a spinoff. Yeah, they could have done a spinoff with my man who's the werewolf.
Yeah.
They could have did I thought they would do a spinoff with him. I thought maybe they might do a spinoff with the two cops. The two female cops.
That would have been a really great show.
I thought that would have been because they were so good together.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, that's got to be the next spinoff. That's got to be the spinoff. And they come up with the Winchesters.
Bro, come on now. You're not even a cool Winchester.
Really?
Like, because let's be honest. Really? Supernatural, like, it was intriguing in the beginning.
Yeah.
But the amount of weapons, info, and knowledge that Sam and Dean had towards the end, to go back to the Winchesters, to back before all of this knowledge was had.
Yeah.
Y'all not even as cool as y'all kids. Like, because Sam and Dean had everything.
Yeah. They
like, they had everything. Especially, like, once they got the bunker, I was...
Oh, dude. It was
once they got the bunker... Because then you got to go back, because this was before they had Crowley.
And then I thought maybe they might do a spinoff on, what was the name of that group that originally had the bunker?
The Mentiletters.
I thought maybe said they'll do this.
That would have been a better spinoff than the Winchesters.
Exactly. The Mentiletters.
The Mentiletters.
and maybe update it, bring it up to
Yes.
because the men of letters still existed. So it's like, okay, let's Tales of the Men of Letters or something like that. Now they give us the Winchesters. I was like, nah,
bro. Even when their parents came back from the dead in the show, they were the most annoying characters. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know how. Like, their mother was like super annoying.
Yeah.
I'd have took a spinoff. Show me what happened. Show me young Bobby before you give me the Winchesters.
Even better. That would have been a better thing than did there.
Better show, like, give me young Bobby because I cared about him and calling people idiots.
Yeah.
You stupid idiots.
So it's like, all right. To me, the Winchesters again is something that did we need it? No, we did not need it.
No. I don't even know how it's doing.
No, me neither. I keep forgetting it's on. I just occasionally will be scrolling through something and run across it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
I just go back and watch old Supernatural episodes.
Yeah, me too. It's like, I'll just
like, if that's what I'm looking for,
if that's what I'm looking for,
watch Supernatural.
I'll go watch Supernatural. So I will go and watch a episode of Supernatural. What I had done one time, or I'll go on. Or what I'll do is I'll go on I'll go on Google and I will Google the 10 scariest episodes of Supernatural, and they'll give you a listing of like what the fans based or whoever it is whoever compiled the list. They'll give you a listing of the 10, and I'll go back and I'll watch those.
Yeah,
I'll go if I'm just having a supernatural moment and I want to watch that. I'll do that before I'm looking for something, the Winchesters. No, I'm not doing that.
Like, if I want to see the Winchesters, I'm going back and watching when Dean had the Mark of Cain.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'm going back to that story. Those stories.
Those were some of my favorite episodes.
Those was some good story. That was a good story.
He had the Mark of Cain and he had the first blade.
Yeah.
Oh. And then when they killed him and he became a demon.
Yeah.
Fam, that was some fantastic television.
And to me I guess maybe they did it this way because of the fact that for timing purposes. Now again, if they were going to do something else with Supernatural, they could have did a standalone movie or a standalone shot of what really happened. Because I think it had a bigger effect on Dean than it did Sam. What really happened to Dean when he was in hell? That would
have been interesting.
That would have been interesting because, again, it would have been because that had such a really profound effect on him.
Yeah,
I mean, it had a profound effect on Sam too, but it was
more on Dean because he was actually there.
Because Dean was actually there. Well, Sam had the misfortune of being trapped in a cage with
Michael
with Lucifer. With Lucifer.
Yes.
It's like literally having the roommate from hell.
Yeah. And then there was that time, okay, he had it bad too. Because then there was that time he was out here without a soul.
Yes. Or something like that. If you were going to do something like that. But to go back, that's too far back.
And think we care about his
parents? We care? No, we don't really. No. We got enough about them from the story. From the main story. Yeah, from the main story.
I got all I
need to know. And you even brought them back in the last seasons to kind of like give them to reconcile with each other, to reconcile with Sam and Dean, and to kind of like to reconcile with the fans. And you kind of like let them fade off into obscurity.
Right.
And that was good.
Good. All we need.
That's all we needed.
That's all we needed.
That was all we needed. Anything else was just kind of nah. Nah. So
yeah, man, just make better choices.
Better choices.
What should and should not.
If you're going to
get a sequel.
Yeah, what should not get a sequel, and be
or better yet, not even what should and shouldn't, because it's hard to gauge that. But just do a better job. Just try to do better with
whatever it is
that you're doing, like with the sequel.
If it's a sequel or a prequel to a beloved television show, make sure It's make sure it's good. Make sure it's good.
Just make sure it's good, and that you're not trying to just reinvent the wheel. And
or you're trying to tell the story that you've already told, and think that we're not smart enough to
realize that
that's what you're
feeding us this
same stuff again. It's like, nah, we already had that. That's left over. We've already had that. Give us something else. What else you got?
Because contrary to popular belief, I am smarter than the average bear.
You know that's right. I'm a little bit more intelligent than I look.
I am smarter than the average bear.
So. And here's the thing, and I guess I can kind of like speak for me and you both. We both love television. We both love the movies. Yes. We love this particular art form, and to us, it's an art form, and we love what we watch. We love what we do here. We love talking about what we watch. Again, we do this, and we're just in conversational form. But this is like the level, not just a level, but this is the type of conversation where we talk about other stuff too. But this is what we talk about a lot because of the fact that we both love this art form, the art form of television, the art form of movies, and so we're fans.
Yes.
But just because we're fans, but we're fans who love the art form, and we don't like it to see it treated
just any kind of way.
Just can't any kind of way. We
put some respect on it.
Put some respect on it. It's like and then put some respect on the people that love it. You have two types of people. You have people who are fans, and you have fanboys who really just kind of like what they see. You have people who just like it. You have people who like it, and then people who love it. We love it, and there's a lot of people out here who love this particular art form, but you know that. The people that make movies and make television, y'all know that. Y'all know that we love this stuff. Love it. No, really. And I'm not being facetious. Love it. Again, I've said this before. I do Pinterest. And on my Pinterest, what it is you take pictures of different things and you pin them and you literally make lists of them and pictures and pins, and you pin them all together. I have a page dedicated just to, one dedicated to movies, one dedicated exclusively to just television shows. And for each page, you give it a title. And I think my television page is entitled Favorite Television Shows, and you get the caption kind of like what the page is about. And on that particular page, I said, I have a caption, I have watched way too much television.
Way too much.
When I sit there and look at all of the different shows that I categorize on that page, I'm like, wow, I have really, really watched a lot of television. Same thing with movies. I was like, I've really, really watched a lot of movies.
And I continue to watch movies.
Yes.
I listened, even though I don't agree, but I listened, and I will be watching Emancipation.
Okay.
I put a poll out because I was at Will's house Sunday, and the trailer for Emancipation came on, and he asked me if I saw it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to watch that. I was like, no. And I had no intention of watching Emancipation. And he was like, why? You got to watch it. You're a critic. And I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. But then I put a poll up yesterday on Instagram, and I was like, Will said I needed to watch Emancipation because I'm a critic, and I was like, is he right? And I was like, I'll let the people decide. Yeah, I was the only person who said I didn't have to watch that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what?
I was the only person who said I didn't have to watch that movie. So I will listen, and I will be watching Emancipation, and I will come back and tell you what I thought about it.
And I agree, and I agree with the pollsters, because again, here it is, because we love the art form, and we love movies, and we love storytelling. Again, even though there are certain types of stories we don't like, and I guess because we talked about this before, we don't really we talked about, and we came to the conclusion: do we need another slavery movie? No,
we do not.
But then what? And I told you before what intrigued me about the movie, and that made me even slightly interested to see it was in an interview that he had done, and he said his own kids told him the same thing. They was like when they found out he was making a movie, they were like, "Dad, do we really need another slavery movie?" He said, "But it's not really a slavery movie.
We're gonna see."
He said it's a freedom movie, and I was like, okay, now you've intrigued me. I said, because on the outset, to me, it looks like, so if you're saying it's something different, then you have to, now you've intrigued me to the point where I want to watch it and see if can you prove that point? You know, saying prove it.
Also, that doesn't negate that point.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Say that again?
Like, even if it's a movie about freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Freedom from what?
Yeah. Slavery.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's just saying.
Just saying.
Still gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Still gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Still gonna watch it.
Oh, you know we didn't talk about, and it's fine. Like we don't even have to talk about it. But what's the names of tonight? The Golden Globes.
Is it tonight?
It's tonight.
Okay.
8:00.
All right, I'm watching.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I'm watching.
We might talk about it next.
Maybe we'll talk about it next week.
Sure.
Yeah. Or the next episode.
That next episode.
That'll be on the list of topics.
Yeah.
And see what you guys thought.
Because I think it's the start of award season.
And so it's really interesting. With what happened at the Oscars, I'll bet you a lot more y'all are gonna be watching than you would than normal.
Oh, for sure.
You're like, oh, maybe I should watch this.
Speaking of, since we talked about emancipation, on the other side, you gonna watch his live stand-up special?
Who's doing a live stand-up special?
Chris Rock.
Oh, when?
It'll be live streaming on Netflix. I think in March sometime.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No.
Definitely.
I'm gonna skip it.
You gonna skip it?
I've never been a fan of Chris Rock.
I am a fan. Well, I like Chris. Well, we could talk about that another time. I like, or maybe after it airs.
Yeah,
we can definitely talk about it. But again, I love.
I gotta watch it.
Huh? Oh, Chris Rock. Oh, definitely. I am so interested because I know he'll talk about it, but I'm interested as to how he'll talk about it. As to how he'll talk about it or how he'll bring it up. But it's like, but it's like because he's got to talk about it, and he's going to do. And I figured he's going to do it in the only way he knows how. He's going to make light of it. He's going to make if he doesn't talk about it, that would be, to me, that would be a disappointment. And this way, so that he can control the narrative of it. So now it's like, okay, I'm not going to go through an interview. I don't do it's almost like he's saying, I don't do interviews. I do comedy. So therefore, in order for me to do this, in order for me to get this out there or get how I felt about it out there, I'm going to have to do it in a way that's going to make people laugh, that's going to make people uncomfortable, that's going to make people angry. Because that's the kind of comic he is. He's a type of comic that says stuff that will make you uncomfortable, and that in some cases will make you mad.
Right.
Yeah,
honestly, enough time hasn't passed. I already didn't need to hear the name Will Smith for a long time.
Yeah.
After that whole entanglement situation.
Yeah.
So then the slap
just
extended the amount of time. I don't need to hear anything else about this slap or what happened, or
I really don't need to hear it.
I could go honestly the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Without hearing from or about the following people.
Okay.
Chris Rock. Will Smith. Meghan Markle. And Prince Harry.
Yeah. I'm kind of like.
And we're just going to say 5, that whole family. Like Meghan, Harry, and the family.
The royal family.
The royal family. I could go all of 2023 without hearing a single word about or from them.
Yeah, I hear you. I
need a break.
I need you. I need a break.
I need a break.
And I think for me, Chris Rock finally. I wish. Truth be told, I really wish he had came out and done this earlier and just gotten all this stuff out of his system earlier. Because now the only bad thing about him doing a stand up in March, if he talks about it in the stand up at all, is the fact that it's just going to rehash. And interestingly enough, if he does it in March, won't that be around the same time as the Oscars?
I think so.
I think that's around the same time as the Oscars. So it's like, really? Do you really? So to me, that's a little suspect, because it's like, why would you do it now? You should have done this, when you should have dealt with this, done this, so that we can move, so that we can heal, so we can heal and move on. Because again, it's like, I'd like to be over it, but I don't think I'll be over it until I hear, and even though I know I may not like or agree with what he says, but I want to hear, and everybody's going to be watching. Oh God, yeah. Netflix. I'm sure the people at Netflix are sitting around like, oh, we needed a win, y'all.
Yeah,
we need a win.
They about to get it.
They about to get it. It's. But yeah, I didn't know that, but I will definitely. Yeah. I'll be straight up. I know I'll be watching it, and they're going to stream it. See, and they're going to stream it live. Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah,
it's going to be live.
I'm watching. I'm definitely watching.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Y'all, we back.
We back.
Woohoo! We back. We needed that sabbatical.
Yeah.
Honestly, could have done like a couple more weeks, but
Yeah, but that's okay.
It's okay. New year. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
With another episode for you. Don't know when, We'll be back soon.
But you'll know.
Make
sure you tell your friends and, send us comments and, tell your friends.
Tell everybody.
Tell everybody. Tell your enemies.
Right. Tell, people you don't like.
Yeah, people you don't like. Tell them too.
Tell everybody. Anybody who'll listen.
Anybody who will listen. There you go. Anybody.
Yeah. But until the next one, we out.
Peace.